The Now You See Me franchise has become a surprisingly successful box office titan, generating a massive $700 million between the first two films. The franchise centers on a set of talented magicians united for massive, Robin Hood-esque operations by a mysterious organization called the Eye. The first, Now You See Me, unites street magician J. Daniel Atlas, card specialist Jack Wilder, mentalist Merritt McKinney, and escape artist Henley as the Four Horsemen. The second film, Now You See Me 2, follows the Horsemen with newcomer Lula subbing out for Henley, who left the Horsemen altogether. In Ruben Fleischer's new entry, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the Horsemen unite to divest a criminal syndicate and diamond cartel of, well, everything, as justice for their criminal enterprise. It's a fun outing that breathes fresh life into the fun franchise, but its sleight of hand is too quick for the magic to develop.
What is Now You See Me, Now You Don't about?
Charlie, Bosco, and June are a trio of skilled young illusionists inspired by the original Horsemen to pull off similarly redistributive crimes. After receiving mysterious tarot cards, they're united with the original Four Horsemen to take down perhaps their most dangerous nemesis yet. The target? Veronika Vanderberg, a diamond heiress whose empire facilitates worldwide criminal organizations, from gangs and mafias to ruthless cartels and warlords. They have to steal the Vanderberg's largest diamond, a rarely seen gem under world-class security, while working with the original Horsemen in a globe-trotting adventure.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't has a great villain and new Horseman, but needs to slow down.
The Now You See Me franchise has always benefited from at least two major boons. The first is a setup that has spectacle baked into its core, the showmanship and surprise of magic combined with the high-stakes world of espionage. It's essentially a blank check for crowd-pleasing set pieces, big villains, and mystery, and by and large, the franchise has regularly delivered on that front. Second is the presence of a talented, charisma-forward cast. The original Horsemen, played by Eisenberg, Franco, Harrelson, and Fisher, have divergent personas but all share spot-on comedic timing and charm on command. While Isla Fisher was missed in the second feature, the always excellent Kaplan gelled well with the original three and routinely stood out on her own. The franchise yet again continues to expand successfully with its three new Horsemen, all of whom exhibit intelligence and charm to spare. Justice Smith excels as the new trio's quiet, brilliant trick designer. Ariana Greenblatt is a skilled pickpocket and an equally talented combatant, and Dominic Sessa propels his likable, complicated rebel persona into a stellar kind of leader for the trio. Eisenberg, Franco, Harrelson, and Fisher are excellent, as always, and the dynamic of learning to work with a new team of young and hungry magicians adds an interesting dynamic that keeps the outing fresh. The good-natured respective groups engage in loads of friendly banter and conflict, eventually coalescing into a memorable mega-team. As the villainous Veronika Vanderberg, Rosamund Pike is exceptional charming, with a thinly veiled ruthlessness, perfect for a wealthy heiress whose bad side you'd like to avoid. Now You See Me, Now You Don't may be an accidentally ironic title since we actually see more Horsemen than ever before, but there's a lot of fun to be had. The gang-sized magician posse tours an impressive trick house, travels across the world, and have muscle-flexing trick-offs with each other as the various magicians feel out their hesitant new allies. These moments are flashy, memorable, and a lot of fun, hallmarks that the prior entries have become known for. On the other hand, it moves entirely too quickly. Major character fates and reveals fly by. Insurmountable problems are immediately solved. The explanation for the big final trick glides by elements that seem much harder than they're made out to be, giving the impression that the logic doesn't track. These elements would work so much better if it ever slowed down.
Now You See Me's Horsemen are stronger than ever and in need a real challenge. Altogether, a lot works about Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's a lot of fun with a dangerous new foe and big, great-looking tricks. The new cast members are all stellar, have an engaging dynamic with the original team, and everyone gets a standout hero moment. On the other hand, the script feels perpetually rushed. High-consequence reveals, character fates, and major events all slide by far too quickly. The Horsemen's tricks versus Vanderberg's empire are both too slick and too swiftly explained. I get it, you're all world-class magicians, but without slowing down a little and showing a little more, it gives the impression that the trick was easy. There's a lot of life left in this franchise, but if anything, the third entry reveals the world-class magicians need an antagonist who can sufficiently challenge them. Evil horsemen, or having to stop the mythical horsemen of the apocalypse, anything to give such a talented team a little extra need to work harder. Now You See Me, Now You Don't comes to theaters on November 14th.